if we ever go together, like, I want him to propose, even though we're already married. Like, I was like, I want you, if we ever go to a thing and she's playing that, like, I want you to plan proposing to me.
We are ranking Taylor Swift's lead singles in order by how much we love them. So these are our opinions. Please let us know in the comments what your top 3 lead singles are. And so these are just the first singles that Taylor Swift came out with for each of her albums.
My number 11 is Shake It Off.
Oh my gosh, okay.
It's a bop, but it's just, I don't know. It's her bubble gum or like her gel pens or whatever. Just, I don't know. I feel like if everybody else likes it, it's not one of my favorites. Like, her singles tend to not be my favorite, honestly. Except the top ones. I do feel like she did good with those singles, but
I feel like for me, Shake It Off was just played so much when it came out that, like, I did love it and all of that, and I still do love it. But it, like, kind of burned me out of that song.
Yeah, it was overplayed for sure for a while.
So my number 11 is actually Tim McGraw.
Oh, okay.
Which, you know, I love Tim McGraw. It's not a song that I put on, I guess.
Yeah.
Anymore. I definitely did back in the day. Put it on all the time. But it's not something that I reach for anymore.
I feel like we're going to have such different ones now.
I think we might.
Because that's, your Tim McGraw shocked me for you.
My number 10 is Shake It Off.
Okay.
For the reasons that we said, you know, it just got overplayed, and I think to the point where it lost some of its
sparkle.
Yeah.
We are never getting back together. Kind of similar to Shake It Off.
Okay, I can see
just overplayed, and what, you know, those are the ones that people like know her for so much too, and I'm like, yeah, they're good songs, but like, she's got like so much other songs out there. But I get why she puts them out to masses, because I mean, they're still massive songs that like whenever anyone like hears Taylor Swift, I feel like those are Shake It Off and We're Never Going Back Together, like one of those songs they think about.
I think so too. And I think these are the songs, like those especially are the songs that I'm kind of like, people are like, oh yeah, like Taylor Swift, she's great. And I'm like, you need to learn the other songs, because those songs are good, but like there is so much more in like so many other Taylor Swift songs that are just way better to me and just that hit so much harder.
Yeah. All right, number 9 is Me. That's another one that these 3 were all the same. You know, those lead singles that are just, I don't know, they're just fluffers, I feel like.
Yeah, they're fluffy.
I feel like this was like a universally like hated song for like the fandom.
Okay.
I don't think it's that like terrible, and I think it has a really good message for like kids too. Like, I think as a kid, like, could work like great on Kids Bop, and like can play at elementary schools, that like, you know, Can't Spell Awesome Without Me, like just, you know, that kind of stuff. So I don't think it's like terrible, but it's just, you know, it's just all right.
My number 9 is also Me. I will say I love the music video.
Yeah, and I love Panic at the Disco, so I loved that Brandon Urie was in there. But
and I love that she found Benjamin from that music video.
God, I know, I love that part of Miss Americana. When she, like, her face lights up when she finds out that he's available and like she can adopt him. She's like, you're coming home with me.
Yes. Which, I mean, look at him.
Oh my gosh, I know.
He's so precious.
So precious.
But I totally agree. Me is, I love it. It's fun, and when I hear it, like, I definitely am like, ooh, Me, but I don't put it on that often. So I have a feeling our number 8 is going to be the same for some reason.
Okay.
Fortnite.
Yeah, you're right. It is Fortnite. Another collab that she does, and it just, when we've had the rest of Tortured Poets and even the anthology ones, I'm just like, I think Tortured Poets Department, that song would have been a better lead than the other one. Though I know it's a little bit more controversial because she talks about like he was going to kill herself. Like, it wasn't as like radio friendly.
Yeah.
as
But I mean,
Fortnite
she
was.
still says like your wife waters flowers.
Yeah, I
want
want
to
to kill her. You're right. So
I mean, I'm surprised it is a single, but
yeah,
just for
or
that.
like who's afraid of little old me, and I could do with a broken heart, which I could do with a broken heart is the next single. Okay, number 7 is Mine.
Oh my god, mine is too.
Oh my gosh, okay, I thought these were gonna be different, but it looks like we might be
right on the same track.
These. Except I know my next one because you've already said that one, but mine, that, I don't know, I love that song as
I do
a whole.
too.
I love the idea of it, and just, I don't know, it's just so sweet.
It is very sweet. When that song first came out, I just remember playing it all the time. Like, I was obsessed with that song.
And the music video, do you remember, like, the music video, she has that blonde dude in it, and they're, like, pretending to, like, you know.
Oh, I'm trying to remember. But isn't mine supposedly about Corey Monteith?
I don't know.
That's what I've heard. That she was, like, working with him on something or whatever, and she just kind of, like, imagined what their lives could be.
Huh. Well, I never heard that, but, I mean, who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
yeah.
I don't remember where I heard that, so I can't, like, link it or anything, but...
Yeah, I don't know. I always thought it was, like a song she, like, had imagined. Like, it wasn't a relationship she was in. It was, like, her, like, imagining what it was. But, I mean, could be that it was someone specific that she was imagining it with. It's you for number 6, which I know these will not be the same because you already said this one.
My number 6 is We Are Never Getting Back Together.
Oh, okay, that's a little bit further down on the list.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, I don't know. I guess they really did play the heck out of some of these songs. Like, just like crazy. We Are Never Getting Back Together definitely got played so much, but I have specific memories of singing this song and like meaning it and just being like, we are never getting back together.
I know. And I feel like it was her first dabble into like pushing back at the media. Like, or not really push back at the media, but being like petty is what I was thinking of. Where she, like, once we get into Blank Space, she gets into, like, that pettiness, too, I think.
Oh, my God.
But with her being, like, you know, an indie record that's much cooler than mine and just being, like, real petty. Instead of, like, heartbroken about, like, the breakup, she's just being, like, F you. So my number 6 is Tim McGraw. I put this higher because of like sentimental reasons. Like this was the first song I heard from her, and just it really brings me back to like that high school time. I remember like watching the music video for it and just being like, who is this? And not really even like sure about country at that time, because I feel like I liked I listened to like my dad's country, like Garth Brooks and like Kenny Rogers and Willie Nelson. That kind of stuff was the country I listened to, and this was my first like dabble into like new age country and like country that like was for me. And that was like my dad's stuff, and you know it started this whole thing that now we have a TikTok dedicated to it. So. Number 5 for me is going to be Antihero. Love you too?
No.
Oh, okay.
I can't believe it's this loud.
I don't know. It's just okay with me, sitting right there, kind of in the middle-ish part of it, where, you know, it is like, I think that could have been a track 5. Like, I feel like she's really vulnerable talking about that, and, you know, being like the monster on the hill. Like, wherever she goes, she's always going to be like the biggest person there, and like everything's always going to be on her, and like feeling like, you know, down about that, where like she can't go anywhere without it always being about her, even if it's like somebody else's thing. Like, for example, like Jack's wedding, like that day was supposed to be all about him and Maggie getting married, or Margaret, I don't know what she goes by, and you know, she's there, and that's takes over everything. So
my number 5 is Willow.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so our top ones are gonna be different.
Yeah, they're gonna be really different, I think.
Okay.
I love Willow so much. I just love the other one so much more. So it's like pretty in the middle for me.
Yeah. Solid number 5.
Yeah. My number 4. I feel like is gonna be your number 1. That's my guess.
Okay.
My number 4 is Cardigan. I just love Folklore so much. I mean, I'm a rep girly, but I think Folklore is just another one of my favorites. And Cardigan is such a great epitome of folklore. So
It really is. My number 4 is Love Story.
okay.
Fearless was the album that like really hooked me. Like there was a few from debut that I was like, okay, like who is she? I like her sound. But when that Fearless album came out, I had my like first serious boyfriend in high school and we broke up, like, you know, because it used to be like 2 years between albums. So like, you know, that was what I was hooked on for like those like few years after that, where it was like still like, you know, brokenhearted in that whole album, and just Love Story itself being like, even though that is one that I feel like is like played all the time, but it is one that I just do not get sick of. There is something about the story of Romeo and Juliet. I love when anyone does like the proposals during the Eras tour.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I like told Wes if we ever go together, like I want him to propose even though we're already married. Like I was like, I want you, if we ever go to a thing and she's playing that, like I want you to plan proposing to me. And if you have a new ring, that would be great too.
Yeah.
You know, if you actually planned it and I got like an upgrade on my original ring. So
I like that idea.
So if you see it, don't spoil it that I was already married and he has already proposed. Number 3 is Look What You Made Me Do. A lot of these are like memories. I remember I was working at a bar. It was right when I moved to North Carolina, and I was doing like being an assistant hairstylist, and then I was working at a bar at night because I was getting paid nothing to be an assistant. So I needed a second job. And I remember when the album came out and I was leaving it, I hadn't had a chance because I worked all day at the salon and then I went to the job and I hadn't had a chance to listen to the album. And so Look What You Made Me Do was like the first song that came on, and I just remember being like, what the hell is this sound? Because we were coming from 1989 and I'm like, what is this? And it was, I just remember because it was in my little car and like the beat and like the feeling like the bass going, and I was like, what is going
What's
on?
happening?
And now
Who
it's
is
just
this?
like a, I don't know, just like a, whenever you're mad, like whenever I'm pissed off, like that's the song that I put on to like make me feel and like, you know, empowered and like, you know, right, even though I'm probably wrong, you know, could be wrong in whatever I'm pissed off about, but it makes me feel good. And I don't know, her talking about like raising up from the dead, like, honey, I do it all the time, like, I don't know, just that whole like, fuck you to the people that have wronged her.
Number 3 is Love Story for me. It's like everything you said, it's just such a perfect song, and it's just like, I don't know, I feel like anytime you hear it, it just makes me so happy. And oh my god, I cried during Love Story at the Eras tour. Like,
I think that's when I cried too when we went the first time, was I didn't cry when she came out. I think I was like so overstimulated when she came out that like I couldn't like comprehend like actually crying when she played Love Story, because of the sentimental reason that like that album and that song is like kind of, I feel like, what, you know, got it going, where she went from just like someone I like to like, no, like this is my favorite singer.
Yeah.
Probably of all time.
Yeah, I think for me, it was, the Eras tour was the first time that I was able to see Taylor Swift in concert. So being someone who's followed her throughout her whole career, it was just so overwhelming to like process when she came out and like everything. And I was just like having the best time ever. And then that song came on and I was like, it was just kind of like it triggered of like oh yeah, like you've listened to this girl since you were like, what, 15 or something like that. Holy shit, I'm finally here. Like, I'm finally getting to see Taylor.
Yeah.
This girl I've loved for, like, so long.
I know. And I think it helps that, like, we're the same age as Taylor. But, like, we, like, have gone through the same things that she was going through. Like, at the time, like, Love Story and, like, Fearless, what was going on were, like, similar things. Even though, you know, we can always relate to Taylor with whatever is going on. But to, like, really be at the same age and, like, and her being a little bit older, that by the time we get the album, that it's, like, what we're going through now at that age. Because, you know, she's been through it, like, 22, came out on my 22nd birthday. Like, the album Red came out on my 22nd birthday, and like being able to listen to that album and it come to 22 and I'm like, oh my god, like like today I'm turning 22, like, and just being able to like be excited about like that song at that time, because, you know, she, you know, it's our age and we were going through all those things together, or she was going through them right before I was going to go through them.
Right. Yeah. I will say, God forbid I really hope we don't ever relate to her tortured post apartment.
I know, for real. But like, I can see it though, because I know Wes and I were at the time the same amount of time as she was. Like, they started dating like a few months before we started dating. So I felt like we were on the same thing, and I'm like, I could understand putting all that time that we put into it now and loving this person and like giving up so much of your life, and then like I get that. Like, if we had ever broken up, like this is probably what I'd be feeling too.
Yeah,
like
I can relate in that way too.
Yeah.
Because like when Lover came out and she's like, I've loved you 3 summers now, honey, but I want them all. It was our 3rd summer, and I just like, it's crazy how everything's like been on the same like track.
Yeah. I kind of forget I feel like your number 2 is, or your next 2, but I can't remember what the other one is that we haven't said yet.
Okay. My number 2, this was really hard to go between 1 and 2, but I think I just have to stay true to myself with my number 1. But number 2 is Anti-Hero.
Okay.
I love that song so much. I feel like Anti-Hero, to me, ties so much into like all of her insecurities with like nothing new and you're on your own kid, like, and Anti-Hero, those songs just like are a similar vibe to me, and I just love her vulnerability with them and talking about her emotions and her anxieties and depression and things like that. Just
even in the music video, like, even though it was taken out, the one part, but she like talks about like her eating disorder in a way, or like how she like sees her body. Yeah. Number 2 is Cardigan.
Oh my gosh.
I absolutely love that song. I think it's the best one out of like the trilogy. I like Betty and August, I really do, but I don't know. There's just something about how she just strings together those like the whole song, like the lyricism in that song is just top notch, and the bridge that she does in there is so good. And even like at the beginning, like the cobblestone sounds that you hear, and she talks about walking on cobblestones, and just like the picture that she paints for Cardigan, that you can really just see it. And then I don't know, I absolutely love that song. So
I thought
it's
that
no
was
surprise.
gonna be your number 1.
I know. It would have been had this next one not come out. Number 1 is Willow. This was actually what year did Evermore come out? 2020, yeah. And the end of 2020. Yeah. So in my Spotify Wrapped for 2021, this was my most played song of the year. I just absolutely loved Willow. I loved everything about it. It was, I was surprised too. And it's just, I love the Eras tour too. That it's made it like spookier, and
it's like so witchy, like one of those orbs.
Yes. And she kind of gave it the I Did Something Bad treatment, where she like starts it off with like the little bit of like the second verse where she like I can't think of it right now, but she starts off with the second, like she says it at the beginning of the tour, and then, which is the second verse, and like talks it in, and then she goes into the song. So it, I don't know, it just gave it that like spooky feel with her like talking it versus like singing it at the beginning.
The set and everything too. Oh
I know, and like the like yellow orange dress and the green like velvet like cape. Just the whole look. I'm gonna do that. Like, I think it'd be a cool Halloween outfit to wear that as a thing. I saw someone like buy like the two, like they looked really similar off of Amazon. I was like, oh, that would be a good Halloween thing.
Yeah. My number 1 should be no surprise. Look what you made me. Yeah. That song, just the badass like F you energy of that song. It gets me so hype. That song just, it represents Reputation so well, and that is my favorite album. So yeah, just one of my favorite songs. I love it so much. And like you said, like you want to put it on when like you're mad or something like that. I put it on to get me hyped up. Like if I'm about to do something that I'm like nervous about, like if I have to go present in front of people or something like that, I put that song on and I'm like, ooh, yes, I can do this. Yeah. Harness my inner Taylor.
Yes, yeah. She can get through this. I can do that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Let us know your top 3 below.